Good morning, students. Today we are going to see next part of our first lesson, Introduction to Information Technology. In last lesson we have seen fundamentals of IT, means what is hardware, what is software, what is the definition of IT, ICT, and what is the basic structure of computer system, what is computer, what is the definition of computer system, all these things. Okay, in today's lesson we are in today's lesson or in today's part we are going to see what is operating system. So let's understand more about an operating system. A computer would not be able to function correctly without an operating system. An operating system is a software program that empowers the computer hardware to communicate and operate with the computer software. In 1985 and 1987 respectively were primitive. Windows is the most commonly used operating systems. Okay, sorry. Next is the operating system boots up the computer and makes sure that everything is operational. Operating system is the system software. Okay, system software contains only one software, that is what operating system. The operating system boots up the computer and makes sure that everything is operational. The operating system is also what runs the cell phone and most of the electronic devices. Okay, the operating system usually come preloaded on any computer, tablet, laptop or cell phone that you buy. Most people use the operating system that comes with their device as default. It is necessary to use licensed operating system and not a copied or a pirated one. There are many open source operating systems available on the web which are freely downloadable. It is advisable to use those OS instead of pirated ones. Means you have to use freely downloaded operating systems, not a copied or pirated operating systems. Okay. Next is do it yourself contains list out the open source and closed source softwares. Now see next part, operating systems for personal computers. DOS. Now next is DOS. DOS means disk operating system, was the dominant operating system for microcomputers in the 1980s and the early 1990s. For working with the DOS, the user needs to know how to input the commands using the command prompt window. Means suppose you have to create a directory. Directory means what? Folder. So there is a one command, mkdir. Mkdir means what? Make directory. So you have to keep in mind, if you want to create a new directory, new folder, so you have to write command. What is that command? Make directory. Okay, mkdir. After that, if you want to change your folder, so you have to keep in mind that there is one command, chdir, means change dir, change directory. Okay, so like that, for to work with the DOS you have to prepare the commands. Okay, but in Windows there are some small icons, so you don't have to learn the commands. Okay, you just have to know the English language or your own language, and you can read it properly and you can click it properly. Next is Windows. Windows is a series of operating systems that are designed by Microsoft. The first two versions of the Windows operating system introduced in 1985 and 1987. That is what? Windows XP. Okay, Windows XP is the first version. Where primitive. Windows is the most commonly used operating system. Third is Mac OS. Now see what is Mac OS? Apple Corporation's registered operating system. Mac OS is designed by the Apple. Next is Chrome OS. Chrome OS is an open source operating system created by Google to create a better computing experience for people who spend most of their time on the web. Next is Unix. Unix was trademarked in 1969 by a group of AT&T employees at Bell Labs as a multitasking and multi-user computer operating system. Next operating system for the personal computer is Linux. Linux is an open source, portable, multi-user computer operating system. Okay, Linux is an open source, portable, multi-user. Multi-user means what? Many users can use the Linux. Multiple users can access system resources like memory, RAM, application programs at the same time. Multi-programming operating system. It is very similar to other operating systems such as Windows, and a source code is available to the public. Okay, so there is a question on this topic. Explain the operating systems of the personal computers. Okay, next is what? Operating system for mobile phones. There are many different operating systems for mobile phones. There are many different operating systems for mobile phones and devices. These are Android, Asha, BlackBerry, iOS, Windows Phone, etc. First one is what? Android, which is favorite operating system, okay, for the mobile phones. So Android is a free and open source operating system provided by Google. It is most popular operating system among all other operating systems. Next is Asha. Asha is used by Nokia phones. This is closed source operating system. Okay, Asha operating system is developed by the Nokia phones. Used for the Nokia phones. BlackBerry. This is a closed source operating system for smartphone and tablet devices. Next is iOS. iOS, this is see students, this language of your textbook is very easy, so you can read it once again. If there is a problem, then you can ask me again. Okay, so iOS is Apple's closed source operating system. Closed source means what? Only authorized persons can use it, not a normal people. Closed source operating system for Apple's iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad and second generation Apple TVs. Next is Windows Phone. Windows Phone is developed by Microsoft as a closed source operating system for mobile phones. Next is Introduction to GNU Linux or GNU not Unix. Okay, now see what is GNU. GNU Linux is a family of operating systems that are created by various companies, organizations and individuals. It is created by using free software philosophies. This means that GNU Linux operating systems are usually free of charge, free to distribute, and they are open source. Open source is when a person can view and modify the code for a piece of software. This is important because by having the ability to look and audit the code, user can be sure that the program does not perform malicious task. It also allows the user to perform their own features or fix problems and help the developers. This results in higher quality code and more secure programs. This is why GNU Linux is used as the predominantly backbone of the internet. Most websites that user visits run on GNU Linux. In fact, as of 2018, all of the world's fastest 500 computers run Linux. Okay, Linux is the open source operating system, means anyone can change the code, anyone can use the code of the Linux. Ubuntu is one of the most popular GNU Linux distribution. there are two main ways to interact with the computer. Okay, so there are two types of interface. Now interface means what? It is the middleware. It is the middleware between the person and the computer. So the two types of interface is what? GUI, graphical user interface, which contains icons, and the CLI, command line interface, which contains commands, okay, instructions. So first one is what? Graphical user interface. So in this case, the graphical user interface is when the user interacts with the computer using images, icons and dialog boxes. Okay, graphical user interface is when the user interacts with the computer using images, icons and dialog boxes. The figure number 4 shows that what the Ubuntu 18.4 looks like. See, in this screen Ubuntu looks like this. Okay, this GUI is called GNOME. There are lot of GUIs or desktop environment that user can install, but this is the default. The left bar is called the panel. Okay, left bar is called the panel. There are shortcuts to programs as well as currently open programs. The top bar has the date and time. Okay, top bar means this one. Top bar has the date and time. If it is click, a menu will pop up with the calendar and notification. Figure number 4 shows that the top right side will show user the battery information, if on a laptop, network information such as Wi-Fi or Ethernet. Okay, see. And options for logging in, restarting and shutting down the computer. At the bottom left there is an icon for the app menu. See, this is app menu. Clicking on it, it will show a list of all the apps installed on the computer. The search option is used for quick search of the application. The home folder is when all the personal documents and settings are stored, and every user has their own home folder. Installing new software on Ubuntu is done using the Ubuntu Software Center. Now see, do it yourself में ये आप लोग try कर सकते हो. This is for you. Do it yourself. Open the Ubuntu Software Center panel. From the panel, search for GIMP. It is an image editing program, and install. Run updates and install software from the software center. Log out, log in and restart the computer. Second type of interface is what? Command line interface. In simple language, you can say graphical user interface means what? Icons, images that you have to click to use the computer. But in command line interface, you have to keep in mind the commands to use the computer. So command line interface, CLI. The command line interface is when user interacts with the computer using text. This is done by using typical commands into a terminal. The default CLI on Ubuntu 18.04 is called bash. It is a command processor that runs in a text window where the user types commands that causes actions. The commands are programs that are run when user types command name. There are number of different commands that user can use. Some are explained in table number 2. Okay. Now see, here are some commands. This is what? Ubuntu dashboard, file explorer and software center. And this is what? CLI, command line interface commands. Okay. So command ls. ls means what? List directories. ls. List directories prints the list of directories in the current one. Password, pwd. Pwd means password, but here it is print working directory. pwd. Print working directory prints the path to the current directory. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Prints the name of the current user on terminal. Is CPU? It's LSCPU means list CPU. LSCPU, list CPU prints information about your CPU on terminal. Next is touch. Touch file name txt creates a new file. Okay, this is for the Ubuntu. These commands are used in the Ubuntu. Next is cd. Cd means change directory. cd downloads change directory. Control goes to a different directory. Next is nano. Nano is a text editor. Nano file name .txt. Nano is a text editor. This command will open the file name .txt or create it if it does not exist. You can type text in nano, and when you are done you can press Ctrl plus U followed by enter the save and Ctrl plus X followed by enter to exit nano. Next command is what? Cat. Cat means concatenate. Cat file1.txt, file2.txt. Concatenate prints the contents of the files listed on the screen. Echo, a built-in command, echo help, used to display the line of text or string that are passed as an argument. And next is clear. It is used to clear the command prompt. The GNU Linux file system hierarchy standard. In GNU Linux, the topmost directory is called the root directory, and it is written as /. All directories are stored under the root directory. For example, if the user is ABC, the home directory will be created at home ABC. Everything in Linux is represented as a file. This includes cameras, storage devices, microphones, network devices, etc. This is a brief summary of the file system. First point is what? Slash. This is what? / the root directory. / is used for the root directory. All files and directories are stored under the root directory, including all hard drives, pen drives, CD drives, etc. Second is /bin. Essential system programs are stored here. Next is dev. /dev. All connected devices. Dev means devices are stored here, including internal devices, temperature sensors and batteries. Next is /etc means system, etc. System configuration files are stored here. Next is proc. /proc. Files that provide information about processes. Next is /temporary. Okay, /proc, or you can say it as a process. Files that provide information about processes. This is information like how much RAM is free or how fast the CPUs are running. Next is /temporary. Temporary files are stored here. Next is /home. Users' home directories are stored here. There are many more directories. The user can read more about them by searching for file system hierarchy standard online. Next point is why learn and use GNU Linux. Okay, till now we are in the topic operating system. So next question is why learn and use GNU Linux. There are huge number of benefits of learning GNU Linux. Sooner or later in the career, GNU Linux will be used in the workplace. Millions of desktops and servers run on GNU Linux. The Android operating system that the smartphone runs on is a modified version of GNU Linux. Now see, these are some features of GNU Linux. Linux is free and open source. Okay, it is free. Free means anyone can copy the source code, or anyone can use the source code of the Linux operating system. The word free here does not just mean free of charge, but also means freedom. The word free here does not just mean free of charge, but also means freedom. Anyone is free to use this software, distribute them freely, and even study and modify the source code to suit one's own need. Okay. Next is Linux operating system is free from viruses. This operating system is free from viruses. Let's see. The user need not install any antivirus software. This saves money as well as valuable time. The users are free from the trouble of updating the virus definitions and checking unknown USB disk that is plugged in. Moreover, antivirus software is not 100% reliable. The user always runs the risk of losing the data if the computer is infected due to the failure of antivirus software. Finally, antivirus software often gives a false alarm and may delete the files assuming the existence of the virus. Okay, so with the working of the Linux operating system, there is no need of the antivirus. Easy to keep all the software up to date. Okay, by using this Linux, it's very easy to keep all the software up to date. Proprietary operating systems can update themselves, but they cannot update other software. Okay, so especially proprietary software, the user has to keep track of each application on his own. Linux distributions mostly use free software, so it keeps track of all the softwares through repositories. Repositories is a collection of software for a Linux distribution on the server. The package manager updates the operating systems as well as other softwares periodically. Fourth point is what? Linux is flexible and easily customizable. The user can change the desktop, the position of the menus, status bar position, style, default, file manager, icon theme, and lot more. Almost everything in Linux is customized. Okay. Next is excellent support. There are thousands of forums. Excellent support. There are thousands of forums and millions of people ready to help open source software users. Each distribution has its own community of users and they help each other. Many software companies and developers of free software also offer solutions to the problems through community platforms and also through professional channels. Okay, so these are what features of the Linux operating system, means why to use and learn GNU Linux. Why to learn? Because it is a free and open source software operating system and it is free from viruses. It is Linux operating system keeps all the software up to date, means you don't have to update the software regularly. Linux is flexible and easy customizable and it provides excellent support. Okay, so in today's lecture this much only. In next lecture we will see computer network, types of computer networks, after that types of architecture and history of internet. Okay, so bye students.